Today, I have a extremely special guest from the program, and I am super, super excited to show this kid's story because it is unlike anyone that I have worked with. If you are a catcher right now watching this and you are struggling with playing time, not being the starter at the level you're at, and you're starting to look at the future of where you want to be, and the writing is on the wall that you don't know if that can come true one day, you need to watch this entire interview with my man Connor because this kid was able to overcome some pretty awesome defeats within his career. And I was so happy to work with him. So I just want to let him introduce himself. And thank you again for tuning in for another testimonial of a player I've worked with. So, my man, let's hear it from you.
My name is Connor Harris. I'm 14 and I'm from Arizona. I'm about to start my freshman year pretty soon. This program helped me a lot and helped me land a starting spot on my travel team and like my summer JV team.
Man, that is just like, it's so awesome to hear you say those words out loud because before you came to me, where your confidence was to where we are now is just awesome. And the fact you have that result, it's honestly insane. You being the emergency catcher. So, beforehand. Now, I don't want to give away too much because I love for Connor to say this all in his own words so you can understand exactly how we were able to do this and where he was. But we're going to be starting of where Connor was before I was working with him. Connor, how about you tell them, exactly where you were in your career, some of the things you were thinking, some of the worries you had, and just where, like, what your role was on your team, okay?
I wouldn't really play that much and I was just kind of like just hoping to get an opportunity to get a chance to catch, but I never really would. And then I joined like this program and then it helped me a ton. Helped me start playing again.
Yeah, dude. And one thing you told me right before we got on here is like I was the emergency catcher on my team. Is that true? Like you were the backup?
Yeah, we would have like two catchers that would like kind of switch out like between games and sometimes between innings, and then like I was like the third option. And I would just not catch that much. Like maybe sometimes if it was a blowout.
I mean, I feel for you there for sure. And there's someone watching this right now who's probably in that same situation and kind of go through some of your thoughts while you were the emergency catcher and like what was some of the things that hurt the most about where you were at?
Like what hurt was just not getting to play the position I always want. Like I wanted to play, wanted to be.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, when you're in the bullpen or you're just on the bench and you're not getting playing time, it makes you second guess a lot, right?
Yeah,
Where would you say your blocking, throwing, and receiving were before you were in the program? Like how good or bad were they?
it wasn't very good. My blocking, I was kind of like scared to get in front of it, and I would like pull my chin up and like expose my throat, and then my throwing, I don't it wasn't that good, and my receiving just wasn't where it is now.
Gotcha. Yeah, so everything was kind of struggling. How about your confidence, dude? What did you believe about yourself while you were the third string catcher on that team?
I thought I just wasn't good enough, and that I shouldn't be playing at all.
Were you worried about, high school coming up soon? Because you came to me, in the middle of your eighth grade year, right? So
Yeah,
now you're gonna go into your freshman year, correct?
yeah,
Yeah, were you worried about high school approaching and you being the third string catcher on your club team so far?
yeah. I was worried that I wouldn't get to play that much.
It's just a tough situation because you want to play the position, your skills aren't that good, and then you're wondering why am I not getting that shot, and then am I even going to have a high school career? And that's those are all valid thoughts that go through players' heads. So then now that leads us into when Connor finally reached out to me. I believe you reached out to me on Instagram, right, Connor?
Yeah,
Yeah, and then you, me, and your mom, we got on a call, and I just went over how I could help you and things like that. And then we started working together, right?
yeah.
Once you got in the program, what were some adjustments that you and I made that you felt like helped you the most within your either mental game or blocking, throwing, and receiving?
A lot of like work. I didn't really know what to do. I like saw like some Instagram drills, and then they didn't help that much. And then like the program just gave me something to do every day.
And then do you feel like that started to help you, right away, or just over that 6 month span, you started to see kind of a payoff? And what was that payoff exactly?
Just getting to play more. It did help me a ton.
I think one of the biggest things for you is you came to me and you found me off Instagram, you reached out, we got on the call, and I definitely saw your love for the game and how I feel like you had some pain. You definitely were like, you had a goal, you wanted to play, and you're like, it sucks not being able to play, and high school's coming up soon. And that could just all rain down on you for sure. Let's kind of go into, for anyone watching this, explain what it's like being in the program and some of the things you liked, okay?
I liked like the instructions it gave me, like telling me like what the mechanics are for everything and how to do it better, giving me drills to help enforce that every day.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things, and all that is for anyone watching this is consistency. That's what Connor was able to do, get consistent feedback of the right stuff. So that's exactly the plan of attack we took. And Connor, he's probably downselling it, but man, the video that he sent me before he got in the program compared to once we finished up was insane, man. He has some of the best mechanics at his age group I have seen. His throwdowns, man, your receiving is awesome. Like I love watching your video. Do you see from your point of view when you go over your own video too, like how much better you've gotten?
Yeah, I see it. Like comparing to like how I used to play, it's a lot better.
How did it feel once you got that starting spot? Because we'll kind of go into the results you got from the program. Now you are the starter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell everyone watching this like where you are now.
Summer ball for like JV team. We have two other catchers, and I'm starting over both of them.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. And you're on your club team as well. You're the starter. And one thing I wanted to ask you is how cool was it going from the third string emergency catcher on that club team to now the coach is putting you as the starter?
It was great.
Yeah. Was
Yeah,
that was that like everything you worked for and wanted just finally coming true?
yeah, that's what I wanted for a while.
That's awesome, man. I'm so proud of you, dude. Like as a coach, I'm so proud of you, man. I think that's awesome. Connor's a kid that was at that time definitely on the younger side of guys I worked with in the program. And I could tell he was very attentive when we got on our first call. And I was like, okay, this kid has some goals and I want to see how well I can help him. One thing that was cool is I did an in-person event for my remote clients in Arizona, and Connor's obviously in Arizona, as he said before. So I was able to meet Connor along with other kids I've worked with strictly remotely for the first time in person. And to see you in person, dude, was awesome. I hope you had a good time at the event, but after 6 months over, a virtual program and then seeing you in person was amazing. Meeting your mom was so cool. And one of the things she just said, she just was like, "Thank you so much for helping Connor. Like, we don't know what we would have done." And as a coach, that feels good, but all I think about is the work you put in, dude. That's on you. So I'm so proud of you, Connor, for that. And do you feel like now seeing where you are, like you're just happy that you did put that work in and commit?
Yeah, I am.
Before you got on the call, and kind of reach out to me. Were you, had you even thought about remote training? Were you a little skeptical about it? What were some of your thoughts there?
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about it before, but and I was kind of skeptical. Like I thought it wouldn't be real, but it is, and it was worth it.
Yeah, after going through the program, you see how real it is.
Yeah,
That's funny, dude. That's yeah. That's what a lot of players say. What were your thoughts once I showed you what the program looked like before you got into it? Still, were you just like, how's this actually going to work for me? Or what were some of those thoughts? And why did you decide to finally get in the program?
I wanted to get better. I wanted to improve.
What were you doing for training before you were working with me?
Nothing really.
Really? Just
Yeah,
stuff on your own? Yeah.
yeah. Occasionally, I would like have my dad roll a ball to me or like throw it against the wall and like practice my receiving, but I didn't really train catching that much.
And had you worked with a in-person catching coach ever, like at a camp before me, or maybe one-on-one once a week or anything like that, or no?
Yeah, I did. I went to a camp and then I figured out that he did lessons after that, so I started doing one on one with him.
And after doing one-on-one with that coach and then going through my remote program, how do you compare those two?
I mean, you definitely helped me out a lot more. It's a lot more time that I had with you to like get better and improve.
And I think that's for anyone watching this, people are so, I guess, skeptical about a remote program. They don't know if it'll work for them. And the big thing I try and show, especially from Connor, is you're able to get feedback and a plan every single day compared to when you just go see a coach once a week and you're still guessing on the other 6 days during that week. Is that kind of how you felt as well?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly Connor's story, and his speaks to very many people because he was like third string emergency catcher, comes in, reaches out to me, gets in the program, goes through, transforms his skills, and more importantly, dude, the confidence I see from you from your game footage is so cool. It's so cool. And for you to update me through text like I threw out another guy. I blocked this amount of balls, and I'm always like, "How's your confidence?" And you're like, "It feels great." Like that is what I love, dude, and it's gonna prepare you for high school very well, man. And it already has, right?
Yeah.
Well, sweet, dude. I want to ask you a few questions for again the audience of who's going to be watching this. Who is this program for? Like, what type of catcher do you think this program is mostly going to get the best benefit?
Someone who like really wants to get better and who like actually wants to put in the effort and try to do it.
Absolutely, dude. Nice. Now on the flip side, who's this program not for?
Someone who's just not gonna put in the work, not try at all, just not put any effort.
No, I mean, I think the biggest part there is like you have to have a work ethic. Even though you're going to find a deeper work ethic in the program, you already have to be willing to put in effort in your catching. You have to be open-minded and just kind of follow the plan. Would you agree to that?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part about the program?
Like the evaluations, like I'll send you a video and then like you can like evaluate it and then send it back to me and tell me what I did right or wrong.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know about you, and I wanted to ask you this. Do you feel like you and I were able to grow a relationship while in the program, coach to player, even though it's through a screen?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. I feel like we did for sure. I mean, you had a very unique and cool work ethic. You and dude, your results in game were just insane. It was like you were surprising me even. You worked hard and got that result, dude. So that was awesome. So, okay, for anyone watching this that's on the fence right now, what would you have to say to them? Any player just like you who's like, I don't know if I want to work with Coach Brock. What would you have to say to them, man?
Do it. It's definitely worth it.
Yeah. Why
Yeah.
do you say that?
Because of how much it will improve you, how much it will like make you better at catching.
What do you have to say about when you think about the program and how it's helped you? What comes to mind?
Like pretty much everything. I've gotten better at like being a leader. I've gotten better at my mechanics. I've gotten better at like talking to my pitchers. I got better at like pretty much all aspects of catching.
And where do you think you would be if you didn't end up working with me right now?
Probably just not even catching at all.
Really? You don't think you would be?
No, because there was like once I got to the JV team, there was like there's more better catchers.
Like it's pretty competitive, you're saying? Skills.
Yeah, 'cause there was like it was basically just me and this other kid on my club team, but now there's four on the JV team.
Jeez.
Yeah,
Well, man, I mean, I just appreciate you as a person and as a player, and I know God led you into the program for a reason. The texts you would send me prove it all. The updates, the confidence you would tell me about. And it all came from your attentiveness of paying attention through the program, buying into what I was telling you. And dude, you did that extremely well. So I just want to tell you how proud I am of you, man. I'm extremely proud of you, and I want you to know that I want to follow you throughout the rest of your catching career because you did something that is going to last you further in your life, which was overcome in a really hard valley within your career and probably even your life, dude. Like being the third string catcher on a club team is not that's not fun. Would you agree? That's not fun, right?
no,
Yeah, like you go to the field every day and you know you're probably not playing, huh?
yeah,
And then now you're able to go to the field each day and the coach has your name in the lineup, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And that man, that's got to feel good. I don't want to speak for you, but how does that feel now to see where you are now?
It feels amazing. Like even during practices, I'm like the like I catch pretty much the entire practice, all practice.
I'm pretty speechless about it because, like, I mean, all within 6 months from third string to now, he's going into high school and is starting on the JV summer team and on his club team. That is a huge win, dude. That is a huge win. And your next goal is how quick can we make varsity? And I believe, dude, you're going to be the next big catcher at your school. Is there just, let's just end it here with, is there anything else you want to say about me, working with me, about the program, anything to anyone watching this that you feel like they should know about your story or how I was able to help you?
I feel like the calls, the calls helped me a ton, because they're not just about like mechanics mainly. They're kind of just like being a leader and like taking responsibility for things.
100%. And dude, it sounds like you're able to apply that into your own career too, and it work out pretty well, right?
Yeah,
Awesome, dude. Well, guys, that is Connor Harris's story. Like I said, he is from Arizona, not a very big town, correct?
no, not really.
Yeah, didn't have access to a good catching coach near him. Reached out to me on Instagram. He was scared, uncertain, worried. The third string catcher, emergency catcher on his club team, not even knowing if he's going to be a catcher again in his career. And he commits to the program. And now we're able to do an interview and show the payoff. For people watching this, they might not think that's all that crazy, but it is insane for where he was because I have the evaluations, the in-game footage to show where he was to where he is now. Connor, man, I appreciate you working through the program, being attentive, and just really, really having that connection with me. And it was awesome to meet you in person, dude. So thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course, dude. All right, guys. So if you want more information on how to work with me, what it looks like to work with me, or, how does this stuff even work? I totally understand. In the description of this video, what I'm going to do is put a link to my website and my booking link for a call. What we're going to do, just like Connor did, is get on a call. Okay. We're going to just go over your situation. Let's talk. How can I help you? What are some of the things you need to work on, and then show you what my program looks like and how I'm helping guys. This is unlike anything out there, and I truly believe this is the best training option for a catcher, period, because it does two things. It gives you consistency and evaluation, and you just stack those day by day. So go ahead, watch my video within that link, and then if you want to, go ahead and book a call so you can be the next Connor who goes from backup to now a starter. Again, Connor, you're awesome, dude. You're a great kid. Thank you again for your time.